5-year-old Japanese child can focus on one task for 45 minutes straight. Your kid can barely sit still for 5. What are Japanese parents doing in those first 5 years that literally changes how their children's brains develop? And why is the American Academy of Pediatrics now saying we've been doing it completely wrong? Step number 3 is going to make you rethink everything you thought helped your child's brain grow. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact Japanese method for building stronger, smarter brains in the early years. A 2024 study from Tokyo Medical University found that kids raised with these 6 practices show 40% better focus, memory, and problem-solving skills by age 7 compared to kids in other countries. And here's what's wild. Japanese parents aren't using flashcards or educational apps or expensive brain training programs. They're doing simple things that cost nothing, but go completely against what we're told to do in America. I'm going to break down all 6 steps so you can start building your child's brain the right way starting today. Step 1 is something Japanese parents are absolutely strict about. Sleep comes before everything else. And I mean everything. Activities, playdates, family gatherings, nothing interferes with a young child's sleep schedule. Japanese kids ages 1 to 5 get an average of 11 to 12 hours of sleep per night. American kids get about 9. Here's why this matters so much. Research from Osaka University shows that sleep is when a child's brain consolidates learning and builds neural connections. During deep sleep, the brain literally processes everything the child experienced that day and turns it into permanent learning. When kids don't get enough sleep, that process gets disrupted. Their brains can't develop properly. So here's what you do. Make bedtime non-negotiable. Pick a time and stick to it every single night. No late dinners out. No staying up for special events. Young brains need consistency and quantity of sleep. Japanese parents know that a well-rested brain learns better, focuses better, and regulates emotions better. The mistake American parents make is treating sleep like it's flexible. We keep kids up late for our schedules. We think missing one night doesn't matter. But neuroscience shows that even one night of poor sleep affects brain development in young children. Protect sleep like it's the most important thing you do for your child's brain, because it is. Step 2 is daily outdoor time in nature. Rain or shine, Japanese children spend at least 1 hour outside every day, not at a playground with structured equipment. In nature, parks, forests, gardens, anywhere with trees, dirt, and open space. Research from Kyoto University found that time in nature directly impacts brain development in young children. Being outside lowers stress hormones, which allows the prefrontal cortex to develop properly. That's the part of the brain responsible for focus, decision-making, and self-control. Kids who spend more time in nature show better attention spans and emotional regulation. So make outdoor time non-negotiable. Every single day, get your child outside for at least an hour. Let them dig in dirt, climb trees, collect sticks and rocks. They're not just playing. Their brains are actually developing differently when they're in nature compared to being indoors. The mistake we make is thinking outdoor time is optional or something we do when the weather is nice. Japanese parents know that a child's developing brain needs nature the same way it needs food and sleep. It's not a bonus. It's essential. Even 20 minutes outside is better than nothing. Make it happen every day. Step 3 is going to be hard to hear. Japanese parents strictly limit screen time for young children. Kids under 3 get 0 screens. Kids 3 to 6 get maybe 30 minutes per day maximum. Compare that to American kids who average 4 to 6 hours daily. Here's what research from Tokyo shows. Screen time before age 5 literally changes brain structure. Kids exposed to lots of screens show reduced white matter in areas of the brain responsible for language, literacy, and cognitive skills. Their brains develop differently. MRI scans prove this. It's not opinion. It's measurable brain difference. The American Academy of Pediatrics now recommends 0 screen time before 18 months and very limited after that. But most parents ignore this because screens are easy. They keep kids quiet and occupied. Japanese parents choose the harder path because they know what's at stake. So here's what to do. If your child is under 3, aim for 0 screens. If they're older, set a strict 30-minute limit. No iPads at restaurants. No phones in the car. No TV during meals. Your child's brain is building foundational structures right now that will affect them for life. Screens interfere with that process. The mistake American parents make is thinking a little screen time won't hurt. But neuroscience shows that young brains are incredibly sensitive. Every hour of screen time is an hour not spent doing things that actually build brain connections. Choose carefully. Now, there's one practice Japanese parents do that's even more powerful than these first three combined. I'll tell you what it is in just a second, but first, Step 4. Step 4 is prioritizing physical movement and gross motor play. Japanese children spend hours every day running, jumping, climbing, and moving their bodies. Not organized sports, just free physical play. Research from Hiroshima University found that physical movement directly impacts cognitive development in young children. When kids move their bodies, they're building neural pathways in the brain. Activities like climbing, balancing, and jumping strengthen the cerebellum, which is connected to focus, attention, and learning. Think about it. Japanese elementary students regularly sit still and focus for 45-minute lessons. That ability starts in early childhood through lots of physical movement. It sounds backwards, but research proves it. Kids who move more can focus better later. So give your child lots of opportunities for big physical play. Climbing structures, running in open spaces, jumping, balancing on logs. This isn't just burning energy. This is brain development. The connections being built in their brain through movement are foundational for everything else. The mistake we make is thinking academic preparation means sitting still and learning letters. Japanese parents know that a 5-year-old who can climb and balance and run will have an easier time learning to read than a 5-year-old who's been sitting in front of educational apps. Movement builds the brain that learning happens in. Step 5 is providing lots of hands-on sensory experiences. Japanese children spend time every day touching, feeling, manipulating real objects, playing with water, sand, mud, clay, dough, cooking with parents, gardening, real sensory experiences with real materials. Here's why this matters for brain development. Research from Nagoya University shows that when young children use their hands to manipulate objects, they're building connections between different parts of the brain. The sensory input, the motor skills, the problem-solving, all happening together. This creates what neuroscientists call integrated learning, which builds stronger, more flexible brains. So give your child materials to explore. Let them help you cook and feel different textures. Give them clay to squeeze and shape. Let them play with water and sand. These aren't just activities. They're brain-building experiences that screens and toys can't replicate. Japanese parents choose real experiences over virtual ones because they understand that a child's brain learns best through physical interaction with the real world. A 3-year-old playing with real dough is building their brain in ways that a screen game never could. The sensory input is different. The learning is deeper. Step 6 is the most powerful one. Japanese parents spend significant time every day in face-to-face interaction and conversation with their young children. Not parallel play where the kid plays and the parent is on their phone. Real interaction. Talking, listening, responding. Research from Tokyo Medical University found that the number of words a child hears in conversation before age 5 directly predicts brain development, vocabulary, and academic success later. But it has to be real conversation, not passive listening to TV or videos. The child needs to hear words, process them, and respond. So put your phone away, get on the floor with your child, talk to them about what they're doing, ask questions, listen to their answers, narrate what you're doing together. I'm cutting the carrots. They're orange and crunchy. Want to try one? This builds language, which builds thinking, which builds the entire brain. The mistake American parents make is being physically present, but mentally absent. We're in the room, but on our phones. Japanese parents know that a child's brain develops through relationship and interaction. Your focused attention is the most powerful brain-building tool you have. Now that one practice that's more powerful than everything else. It's this. Japanese parents believe the first 5 years are for building the foundation, not pushing academics. They don't do flashcards. They don't drill letters and numbers. They focus on sleep, nature, movement, sensory play, and relationship. Research backs this up completely. Kids who spend early years playing, moving, and exploring show stronger academic skills later than kids who start formal learning early. Their brains are better developed. They're ready to learn when learning is age-appropriate. So stop stressing about academic preparation. Stop the flashcards and apps. Your job in these early years is to build a healthy, strong brain through sleep, nature, movement, sensory experiences, and connection. That's what sets your child up for real success. Quick recap of the Japanese way to build strong brains early. First, prioritize sleep above everything. Second, get outside in nature every single day. Third, strictly limit screen time. Fourth, encourage lots of physical movement. Fifth, provide hands-on sensory experiences. And sixth, spend time in real conversation and interaction. These 6 practices build brains that are ready to learn, focus, and succeed. Not because you drilled academics early, but because you built a strong foundation first. Which of these 6 steps is hardest for you? Drop a number in the comments because I want to know what you're struggling with. And next week, I'm breaking down why Japanese kids can sit still and focus while American kids can't, and the simple daily practice that makes all the difference. It starts as young as 18 months, and the results are incredible. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. All right, see you next week. You're doing amazing.